All right, hi again. My name's Clinton Gray. I'm here at Huachuca City Community Garden, and this is how to build a tomato cage for your tomatoes that is sturdy and of good size so that, that your tomatoes just don't outgrow the top of the ones you buy at the store. This is a roll of concrete reinforcing wire, and you can buy this in 6 or 8 foot sheets at your home stores, your home centers, the box stores, or you can actually buy a bigger roll of it. And when you get a roll, it's on a per foot basis much cheaper. For our tomatoes, they're spaced at 2 foot spacing, and we want to have the cages be where they just touch the edge of each other. So we need 2 foot diameter cages for what we're doing here. And if you remember back to your geometry days, we're going to use basically pi to find the circumference of the circle that we need. Pi is 3.14, and we're just going to round that off to 3. And so if we have a 2 foot diameter cage that we want times 3, that gives us about 6 feet of what we want for the circumference around this circle. So if we look back down at the wire here, 2 of these squares is about a foot, so they're about 6 inches each. And so what we need is 6 feet. 2 times 3 is 6 feet, and so we need 12 of these squares that are fully intact when we cut this wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to count 12 of these squares, and that is where I'm going to cut. And so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to put my foot in the middle of number 9, and I'm going to roll this back a little bit. 10, 11, 12. And so I want to keep this square. I'm going to cut on this side. And so these cutters, then I just take and I want to get it as close as I can to that upright wire, and I just cut it. And I want to stand on the wire on the side that I'm going to make the cage out of so that I keep it from springing up and poking me. And I'm going to cut these off where they're right up against the edge, just like I did the other ones. Okay, so now that I've got my wire cut, I'm going to put these two together, these two edges, and this is going to be how our cage is going to be. I'm going to measure across here. We're going to end up at about 2 feet. Okay, this is the hog ring pliers and how this works. So this is spring loaded, so you're just going to want to hold this apart a little bit, and then you take one of the hog rings, and you can see right in here there is a slot that is built into the plier on both sides, and you're just going to place this hog ring in there, and this spring will hold that in there so that you don't have to hold this just right. And then we would put our 2 wires in here, and then we would just squeeze this where it crimps it down, and it makes this nice closure that is very secure for attaching our wires together. Okay, now we're going to connect these 2 sides of the wire together for this cage, and I'm going to pull these together, and I'm going to squeeze this so that it attaches the 2 sides like this. I like to be kind of crosswise on the corners of the wire like this, so that it doesn't allow the cage to go up and down. But I'm just going to put it crossways again right there, and then we're going to do one at the bottom. Okay, so now you can let go of that. I just push a little bit here, and I just get this to be roughly a circle, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but that's going to be the cage, and that's going to be about 5.5 feet tall, so that when our tomatoes grow, they'll actually, by the end of the season, they'll have grown out the top of this and probably clear back down to the ground if we have good soil and manage them well. So that's it for now.